Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, what's going on? We back. Breakdown prediction for Danny Garcia taking on Adrian Granados this Saturday. Tomorrow evening, maybe afternoon, I'll release the Terrence Crawford Amir Khan breakdown prediction I did. If you join the Patreon hardcore boxing tier, you got that early, about 24 hours early. So that's good. I uploaded that already. But let's talk about Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados. Some people believe that Granados have a chance and Danny might be done. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, so you won't miss the video. Danny Garcia is 34-2 with 20 knockouts, never been stopped. Philadelphia, that's where he's from. 5'8.5", 68.5-inch reach. His last five, he beat Robert Guerrero, Samuel Vargas, Keith Thurman he lost to. Okay, he beat Brandon Rios, he beat Sean Porter. So in his last five, he 2 out of 3, losing to Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. Outside of that, he has a 56% knockout ratio. So that's Danny Garcia in the vacuum as far as his dimensions and his background. Adrian Granados is from Chicago, right outside of Chicago, Illinois. 20 wins, 14 knockouts, 6 losses, never been stopped. Just recently fought as a versus Fortuna on the Ocampo and Errol Spence card at what was it, junior welterweight versus Fortuna. I think it was at some type of catch weight. But his last 5, lost to Adrian Bloner, close lost by Sean Porter, no decision versus Javier Fortuna for falling out the ring. Luis Fernando Valdez in Mexico, and some other guy. And that Valdez guy was 3-11-2. And then he fought some Bourquois guy in Mexico that was 29-18. So in his last 5, he is 2-1 no contest. And two of his wins came from, some club ballroom in Mexico. Okay. He is 5'9". He's taller than Danny, 74-inch length, He's longer than Danny. 48% knockout ratio. So you don't have to outbox Danny, I guess, but talk about strengths and weaknesses. Strengths of Danny Garcia: good counter puncher, accurate puncher, real calculated type of guy. Just solid, not the fastest, but really good boxing skills, good amateur pedigree, powerful left hook, okay jab, okay 1-2. Good body puncher. I think he underrated in that category. And he's just an all-around solid fighter, Don't do one thing exceptional, but does a lot of things good. He's a solid B fighter at this point in his career. But excellent counter puncher, and I'm going to put emphasis on that. That's very important in this fight. You got Granados, who's aggressive, who's tough. He has the style, some people believe, to bother Danny. Aggressive fighter. And will sell out to get the knockout, man. Durable, good chin. Just an aggressive fighter, man. Can box a little bit on the back foot, but he love to come forward and mix it up. And he aggressive. Like I said, it's not nothing that really stands out to me about Granados, that he got a lot of heart. He's strong. He's willing to go up and down and wait to fight the best. But he more all intangibles. That's what makes him good. But like I said, just a good volume fighter, good stamina, tough kid. And he got two draws or no decisions on his career. Talking about the weakness, Granados ain't the best boxer. He ain't the strongest guy out there. Keep going up and down the weight. Just physically ain't the strongest guy, at 47, because he going up and down the weight. Not the most polished guy, but he tough. But it's a boxing skill gap between him and Danny. He can't outbox Danny. He gonna have to just outwork Danny. But tough, he gonna make you work. But his weakness is just overall fighting on this level. Overall, just not having the skills that Danny Garcia had. that's all I can really say about the kid. But talk about Danny weaknesses. Obviously, in this fight, he might have a small speed disadvantage. Maybe Granados might be a little bit faster than him. But also, he just coming off a loss, so he mentally fragile. He seemed like he lost a little bit in that fight versus Sean Porter. He didn't seem like he had the aggressiveness. So really hunger for Danny Garcia. We don't know how hungry he is when you come into this fight. But I just don't talk about all his weaknesses because I don't think Granados can exploit him, to be honest, man. Like I said, he kind of slow at cutting the ring and closing the distance off. Unless Granados gonna go out there and box and move, stick behind his, his length and his height and use his lateral movement. But I don't see him being that good of a boxer to do that versus Danny Garcia. So I can get in more depth in that. But let's get ready to talk about the just. Granados just need to make it an ugly fight. Work Danny body, outwork Danny, just out hustle Danny, fight on the inside, push Danny around, and just beat him with volume. Danny Garcia is a guy that likes to pick his punches. He don't throw a lot great combinations, but he's a real sharp counter puncher. You got to be careful. But for Granados, need to just beat Danny up, make it a rough and tough fight, kind of like what Porter did. Put combinations together, just grind him down, smother Danny Garcia. Don't let him get the perfect distance between you and him, where he can really get those clean, effective counter shots off, and keep them hands up for them counter left hook and that 1-2 down the middle as well. But Granados just need to buzzsaw down Danny Garcia. It's simple as that, man. There's no need to sit here and give you a strict game like what he should do. Basically, just out hustle Danny Garcia, outwork him, keep your hands up, fight him on the inside, beat him up to the body, beat him up to the head, stay on Danny Garcia's ass. Danny Garcia seemed a little bit drained at 147. He was already talking about moving up to 154 already, so he might have trouble making 147. And I say that because a lot of times when you sit there and you stress your body to make a weight like he did at 40, and when you go up to 47, sometimes your body, when you get older, it just fluctuates. You know what I'm saying? It just say, I can't make 47 because you've been suppressing your weight for so long at 140, so you think you comfortable at 147, and then bam, you ready to go to 54. You know what I'm saying? Because you sat there and you malnutritioned your body at 140, and now it's just ready to bust out and say, man, I need, we still growing. So, for Danny Garcia, basically just, walk Granados into shots, walk him into that left hook, walk him into that straight right hand, that 1-2 down the middle. When you get on the inside, kind of hold him, beat him up to the body, shorten them shots up, keep your hands up, just keep boxing the kid, and let the kid, bring the fight to you, and then counter him, with that left hook and right hand combination. But that's what it's gonna be. If Danny wants to push Granados back, he could, you know what I'm saying. But I would just let Granados come to me, and I land clean, effective shots on him. He gonna make it rough on Danny, but I just think Danny is a better, sharper counter puncher than Sean Porter. So this is a kind of a style make fights. You can't say because Sean had a tough time with Granados, Danny will or won't have a tough time with him. But I think Danny is going to be a sharpshooter out here with his shots. And if Danny got anything left, to me, Danny should stop Granados. You know what I'm saying? If he can't stop Granados or hurt Granados, I think it's time for him to hang it up, because he can't have no ambitions of going to 54. He ain't going to have no ambitions of beating Keith Thurman. He ain't going to have no ambitions of beating Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Earl, Terrence. At the end of the day, he said, I made $5 million, a few times I made that money. So he hid behind making $5 million not to fight Terrence Crawford. That just shows you his heart ain't in boxing no more. I seen it a long time ago when he quit boxing after he lost with the Thurman and took them years off, and Earl was calling him out. I knew Danny didn't want to box no more. So it is a case of, if Granados can really bring it, and bring the heat to Danny Garcia's kitchen, Granados can possibly retire Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Because Danny Garcia, he ain't hungry no more. He done financially took his family out of poverty. And ever since he was getting checks like that, man, he just ain't been a hungry fighter no more. Not training the same. He ain't listening to Angel. And this can very well, be a determining factor where he retire. But I just don't think Granados I don't think Granados got enough natural talent to deal with a guy of Danny Garcia amateur background. You know, Danny Garcia goes around saying that I was the boogeyman in the amateurs. You know, him and Angel and Danny and Sean and Kenny, they got, well, more like Kenny Porter. They got so many stories. They got so many fucking stories about the amateurs. Like, nobody cares about the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? Every time you talk about them fighting, maybe Terrence or Earl, oh yeah, I was the man in the amateurs. They was all scared. Them days is over with. You know what? And part of me, and this is my personal preference, and I rarely try to share my personal preference when it comes to talking about fights in general and on my channel on boxing. But, you know, it would be a gift from the boxing guys if Granados did upset Danny Garcia. Because the game of boxing, or the sport of boxing, don't need Danny Garcia no more. A guy that just want to talk about A side, B side, or I made this amount of money no more. Hey, dude, if you going to get in and compete, or you not going to compete. You're not going to just sit here and keep wasting TV time, bum bashing, scraping up $1 million, scraping up $2 million. At the end of the day, you turn down $5 million payday to go on pay-per-view versus Terrence Crawford, to fight on the same day versus him at the StubHub Center where you ain't got no range out there at, and fight Adrian Granados, who just been bum bashing in Mexico. Let that sink in, bro. When a fighter gets to the point where he don't even want to compete on a pay-per-view plateau and make at least a little bit more than he making versus Granados, and who God knows how much on the back end, it's time to hang it up, bro. Real talk, it's time to hang it up. This is everything that's wrong with boxing, in my opinion. But I'm going to pick Danny Garcia to win a unanimous decision. I felt like he should stop Granados, but I don't think he got enough in the tank. I think it's going to be close, but I think Danny going to land the more effective shots. I think Danny going to win 115, 113. But I think with him not stopping Granados, I think Danny Garcia should hang it up because it's going to be tougher than expected. Danny Garcia should knock Granados out. Real talk, he should knock Granados out. You know, if he can't knock Granados out, man, I would like to see him just walk away. If this is closer, if this is actually a 115, 113 fight, like I believe it is, I think it's time for Danny Garcia to walk away. You know, when he turned down that money to fight Crawford, man, just get out the game. You know what I'm saying? He everything was wrong with boxing, but I'm a pick him. But I think he done as a top elite fighter at any weight class. But it's my personal opinion. Danny by unanimous decision, 115, 113. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, response to a video quest. All the information in the description, including our intro instrumental. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code GoodFella1Boxing, which you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaps, magnesium lotion, bath bomb, and much, much more. 100% all natural products. Website, promo code are in the description. They make their products themselves. Check them out, man. Other than that, continue to share the videos. Best way to donate is share. But the donation link is in the description.